I'm Emelie Monye, and welcome back to my channel. I believe our minds directly affect our reality. For more mindset and motivational videos, definitely keep watching and subscribe. And hit on the bell to be notified every single time I post. Okay, so today's video is about how to start valuing yourself, which I think is such a relevant topic in regards to being successful, and it's definitely a very relevant video following on from my last video, which was about limiting beliefs and how to overcome them. So definitely check that out before you keep on watching, and it will be definitely very helpful, valuable. Today I'll be touching on 3 points. The first one being knowing where your value is coming from. The second one being actually being a valuable person in society. I'll explain that further. And thirdly, being self-aware. Being self-aware is such a key one. So let's get valuable. How to start viewing yourself as valuable, because usually being valuable is spoken about from the context of how other people see you, or if you are valuable to other people, and I think those are definitely extremely legitimate. But actually it starts with valuing yourself, because if you don't value yourself, how will other people value you? And working on who you are to be able to give a value to others. So charity begins at home, basically, that kind of phrase. And it begins with you and what you do with yourself, and how you begin presenting yourself to the world, and how they will react to your presentation. I'll start by telling you what Google's definition of value is, to give us some context to this topic. Google says that a value is the regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. Because in life, you cannot go after something, you cannot strive to be something or go after it and demand success or demand something without knowing you deserve it, and not knowing your value, what you have to offer to the world. I strongly believe that you cannot be valued unless you are valuable, and this leads me on to my first point. I am a Christian, and I believe that in order to be valuable, you need to reach for this from an outside source, because as humans, I believe we are flawed, we are faulty, we are imperfect, so we cannot go along this world on our own, because if we strive to look for confidence in ourselves every day, we make mistakes, we're not perfect. And so this, I don't think this is so you can't be self-sufficient, because it's not sustainable, and I definitely think you need to have an outside source which you gain your strength from, and you gain your power. And as Christians, we believe we are made in God's image, and so if the creator of the world loves me and has chosen me, I am valuable. Someone who created the whole world, I'm valuable, period. So yeah, I definitely think that this is something very, very, very important, and actually the specific scripture that speaks about this is Genesis 1:26-27. It says, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them." Tricking the mind into knowing you're valuable. Not tricking the mind, but basically you just have to be a useful human being. You just have to be useful. And here I have an insert. Being valuable or important to others is one of the 5 powers of a champion. It means that you provide others with what they need, what they want or need. It results in gaining rewards, being desired or in demand, and being highly regarded as confident. But achieving that goal can be a challenge due to outside forces and your own destructive attitudes. You need to wake up every single morning and decide that you are going to be someone who is helpful to the world. You are going to be someone who can change the world in your own way, in your little bit. Carry yourself in an esteem that you know your worth, you know where you're going. And in being valuable, you definitely need to work on yourself, work on your trades, work on what you want. Start that YouTube channel you wanted to start public speaking, take that exam, go to do law school, anything you want. Start working at it, and training yourself, doing any degrees, any online courses. Through the process of growing and learning and researching, naturally you become definitely more equipped, and your confidence naturally builds up that way, because you know the hard work you've put in behind, and it definitely gains your credibility, and you feel definitely a lot more confident to, you know, bring yourself to the table, having things to offer, having value. Something else I've realized is acting as if, before we get to a certain point, I think something that is very helpful in pushing us along that same direction is to waking up every day and walking, as I've, like, very similar to what I've said, but waking up every day and saying that I am a fashion designer, and believing it, because even if in the beginning you really don't quite believe it, because you know you're still moving in that direction, after a while of you know, waking up saying that and taking the actions, not even just speech, but taking the actions that a fashion designer would take every single day, this will definitely help you value yourself more, and with time what you tell yourself and the actions you take definitely transform who you become. And alongside this, the people you surround yourself with will definitely shape you as well, and you surrounding yourself with people who can encourage you along your journey is definitely important and necessary. And also, as well as encouraging you along the journey, people who have gotten to the destination you are wanting to go to, because you can, you know, being around them will influence your activities, your mindset, what you think, what you say, what you do, and so definitely spending your time around people like that will change you, and change your value and your esteem for yourself, because you can, you know, have someone. When I was about 17, I met this friend, amazing friend, who was about 22 at the time. She was just such a positive light in my life, because even if the transformation wasn't overnight, with time, even till today, I still think, what would she do? Obviously what Jesus do, but you know, oh God, put her in my life, because she was such a force for good, and the more time I spent with her, the more time, you know, I valued myself. She was a massive influence in my life, to, you know, speak the right things into you. Be careful who speaks into your life, because it can definitely affect the way you see yourself, the way you value yourself, and as well as this, you shouldn't put your self-belief in other people, because it's changing. Today someone could like you, tomorrow they might not like you, and that is not the level or the barrier that you should hold yourself to, because it's just simply very unreliable. Because, you know, and stick to something that is steady. So following on, I think in this journey, holding yourself accountable is just extremely necessary, because starting off on any journey that will make a difference and change your life is always difficult and hard. So keeping yourself accountable, whether it be journaling every day, you could do this weekly or fortnightly, to track your progress, and also something else I would definitely advise is having an accountability partner you meet up with every week, or, you know, same fortnightly, who kind of asks you, how is your journey going, what's changed, you know, what are you doing, what, like, have you, just basically keeping you on track, because having this will definitely, you know, keep you running that race and keep on keeping on. So I definitely think it will be worth it. And sometimes, even if they don't give you advice, you know, sometimes it's nice to have someone to speak to and who can mirror it back, you know, your progress. And, you know, sometimes we don't always see the progress we've made, so sometimes we need someone to be like, look, don't be so hard on yourself today. Look, 2 weeks ago you were here, now you're here, I'm proud of you, and this can definitely be helpful. So we need people on our journey, because that is what life is made of. Being in a community with other people, holding each other accountable, growing together and moving forward. So my last point is being self-aware. So psychologists Shelley Duvall and Robert Wicklands developed the theory of self-awareness. They propose that when we focus our attention on ourselves, we evaluate and compare our current behavior to our internal standards and values. We become self-conscious as objective evaluators of ourselves. This definition places more emphasis on the ability to monitor our inner world, our thoughts, emotions as they rise. In this journey, I think it's definitely extremely important to kind of weigh up our strengths and our weaknesses, in having knowledge of everything about, obviously not everything, but trying to kind of understand what we're good at, maybe writing that all down, and maybe paying attention to what maybe we're not so good at. And sometimes it's difficult to be self-aware because we might not understand the impact we have on others or what we're doing to ourselves. So asking other people kind of close to us who we know want the best for us, kind of like, what would you suggest, or what do you think is a negative trait I have about myself that I can improve on? And also, what do you enjoy about me? And understanding all of these things in its entirety will definitely be helpful, because it's unhealthy to just focus on the negative or just focus on the positive, because none of that is helpful. Staying and knowing, actually, this is who I am altogether as a whole person, and I accept and I love myself, and I'm working every single day in growing and, you know, bettering myself, because that's all as humans we can do, is to actively, consciously take an action plan or action steps towards our goals, because we can't be stagnant if we, you know, we want to be successful in this life. We need to sit and listen and plan and learn and grow. This can't be done alone. I definitely think that having a community around us, or maybe a few people around us who can speak life into us, love us, care about us, is definitely important, because we were not created to be alone. As much as, you know, you want to be independent or on your own, and you can be, but we need the right people around us. We need, you know, that's just how we're set up as humans. So definitely making sure that, you know, you have the people to support you and love you through this journey of valuing and understanding and knowing your worth as a person, to be able to tackle obstacles and issues in your life, or to be able to tackle, you know, go and move for what you want. And we need to be patient with ourselves, because actually most of the time we are our own worst critics. And in growing in something that is so ingrained in us, like our self-worth, our self-value. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned a few things from these topics. I definitely have a lot more follow-up videos to this, because I think it's important to speak about these issues. Definitely comment down any more steps you might know or have into how to continue valuing yourself as a person. I'd love to read them and, you know, continue the conversation. Follow me on my social medias so we can continue speaking about all of these issues. And in the meantime, stay blessed.